Hey everyone, how are you doing? It's Marla. This is going to be a chatty get ready with me, so be prepared. I've had to redo this video one time already because I talked too much in it. So I'm trying again and hopefully I can keep this in a reasonable time frame. I wanted to do a get ready with me. I actually wanted to do a get ready with me with a tinted sunscreen that I really loved the way it looked on my face. But I want to wait a little bit longer just to make sure. I wasn't sure if it was drying my skin out or not, and I want to kind of test it out a little bit longer before I give you kind of my opinion. But today I'm going to use my Maybelline Dream Cushion and also the Maybelline Dream Cushion concealers. Right now on my skin, I have already on my Kerstin Florian Rejuvenating Moisture Balm. My skin is really dry right now. And then around my eyes, I have my DHC Concentrated Eye Cream. I will list all the products in the description box in case anybody's interested. And the reason I wanted to do this particular video is I purchased several products from 100% Pure that I wanted to test out. I picked up their bronzer, their highlighter, and their mascara, and another blush. So I had done that video on 100% Pure a while ago. Loved the products so much that were sent to me from the company. I placed an order myself, and these are the products that I received. So these products that I'm using today were products that I purchased myself. I have my big jug of coffee with me. I'm ready to do the video. I will try to keep it in a reasonable time frame, but don't yell at me if I go a little bit longer because sometimes I'm very chatty when I do these get ready with me's. I'm gonna try to coordinate talking with putting on makeup, but it's hard. I'm gonna start out like I always start out with my DHC Q10 Base Makeup. It's a color correcting makeup. I haven't found any kind of base makeup under foundation that's color correcting that I like as much as this. I use this as my primer. You can kind of actually see the redness of my skin right now. My stomach's gurgling. And when I put this on, you'll see how it really color corrects my skin and takes away a lot of the redness. I was going to title this video, it's really kind of a bronzy look, like that golden goddess bronzy look. But I was actually going to title this video, Please Be Kind to Strangers, because you don't know what they're going through. This past year has taught me so much. Any of you that are new to my channel and don't know kind of my story, I have kind of a complicated life. My own health issues, I have fibromyalgia and small fiber neuropathy that I deal with, and I feel like I deal with it fairly well. However, I just kind of had a recent flare-up. You know, anybody that deals with chronic pain, I think, can understand how I feel. When you have chronic pain and you're chugging along with your medications and everything's going okay and you're so proud of yourself that you haven't had to increase your pain meds in a long time, and all of a sudden you get hit with, I don't even want to call it a flare-up because my flare-ups last. It's kind of like they're not flare-ups, they're just I've gotten worse, a little worse. Got hit with kind of a flare-up about 2 weeks ago. Right now I'm using my Lock It Concealer by Kat Von D to conceal the redness on my lids. My pain medication was kind of wearing off, and this is what happens with them, with all pain meds, was wearing off like 2 or 3 days before I was due to change my patch. And I tolerated it for such a long time, and my doctors were like, you know, you're on the lowest dose of this pain patch. You really need to really consider increasing it if you're having any issues. And I was so proud of myself to keep holding out and not increasing it, that when I finally had to give in and say, you know what, I can't deal with this crap anymore, I'm gonna have to increase my pain medication. It is a very defeating feeling, as if you just lost a battle. And that's what I've been dealing with the past week. And I finally kind of have snapped out of that mindset and just said, you know, it's just the way it is. I was dealing with that, and I've also done a lot. I mean, I don't think anybody, before I do that, let me start. with what I'm using on my eyes. I'm going to use my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm going to try to go with a more of a bronzy look. So I'm probably going to use, I think I'm going to use Flower Child all over my lid. In the crease, I'm going to use Smarty Pants, and then I may throw in a little bit in the corner of my eye some of the Activist. And then on the lid, I'll either use Firecracker, or sometimes I like to use a mixture of Firecracker and Funny Girl on my lid. But for now, I'm going to put Flower Child all over my lid. And I'm only going to do one eye at a time. That way I can do the other eye off camera and make this video go a little faster. So I'm putting Flower Child all over my lid. And what I was saying is this has been one of the most difficult years of my life, and it has taught me a lot. If you are not familiar with my channel or my story, my son, well, I actually have two sons. I have an older son that's in San Francisco that is very highly functional, has a great job, but he has dealt with in his life both depression and anxiety. However, he is able to be a highly functional person with it. I mean, he could be ridiculously depressed, or he could have extreme anxiety, but he will still get to work and do his job. It's a very stressful job that he does, but he's a highly functional, really, really bright kid. My other son, my younger son, who lives with me, is also a really bright kid, and he's also dealt with OCD anxiety, but he's come off all his medications due to side effects, and he jumped off of everything probably a year and 3 months ago. I've actually been documenting in a journal what's going on and also kind of how long we've all been dealing with this. When he jumped off his medications a year and 3 months ago, he went into a severe depression, and a lot of people do when they go off psychiatric meds. Okay, I'm going to put Smarty Pants in my crease. We've all been kind of battling a very fierce clinical depression the past year, and for probably a year, I would say probably we're at a year and 3 months. It's only been the last kind of 2 months that I've noticed a change where I think there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. For the first year, it was pretty much all suicidal ideation. Him basically saying he doesn't want to be on the planet, he can't live like this anymore. And when you have a child that says that, it's very upsetting. And for anyone that deals with clinical depression or has someone in their home that is dealing with clinical depression, I think you can relate with me in that clinical depression affects everyone in the family. It is like a giant cloud that hangs over the house. And when you're in the house, it is an entirely depressive house. Even though there may only be one person going through the depression, it affects everyone in the family. When you leave the house, it's almost like a breath of fresh air, like you've escaped prison for the people that are the caretakers. And then you almost dread coming back to the house again. And that's how my life was for a year. It was very tough. But what I meant about being kind is that when I was out in the world, if I would have someone, I don't think sometimes people realize how their actions affect others. For example, honking your horn at someone in traffic because they just irritated you, not because they almost hit you, but just sometimes people honk their horns for no reason at all because you cut in front of them a little too much, or you're not going fast enough for them. People, I don't think, realize how that one honk of a horn can affect someone else because they don't know what that other person is going through. Oh, I'm going to put Activist a little bit in the crease also. When I would leave the house and if someone would just be just slightly rude to me, or if I would be in traffic and someone would just honk their horn because I wasn't going fast enough when the light changed color, changed to green, that would almost literally traumatize me because I was already having a really difficult life, and to have someone kind of on top of that just do one little thing that would kind of push me over the edge literally because I was having such a shitty year. I mean, every day was like that. And other people are going through this. Other people are caretakers of parents that have Alzheimer's or issues, and they're stressed out. They're dealing with a lot of stress at home. So when they go out in the world and someone, just does one little thing to them, it can really upset that person to the point that the person doing it would have no idea that just honking their horn could have hurt someone so much. And I'm almost choking up about it, but it's true. You have no idea what someone else is going through in their life. So try to be kind to people, because you don't know how one thing you do, just one little thing, can harm someone so much. See how I gotta stop talking about this. I'm starting to cry. And it'll ruin all my makeup. So I have to stop. But that's all I'm trying to say. A lot of people in this world are dealing with very stressful issues, very upsetting issues. And when they go out in the world, try to be kind to people, because you never know what's going on in their life with their family. And that little bit of kindness can make a huge difference in someone's life that is already stressed at home and just needs a break. That's, I guess, basically what I wanted to say. So let's get off this depressing topic. But anyway, what I do want to say is, for all of the people that have reached out to me, I really want to thank you, because a lot of people have told me that they either had a family member that was dealing with a mental issue, or a child, or themselves, and they understood, and they were praying for my son, and they had positive thoughts for my son. And I just want to thank everyone for those positive vibes, because I think it's really helped. He's had definitely a turnaround in his mental state the past couple months, and he's actually been smiling and laughing a little bit and doing a little bit better. It's a long haul. Clinical depression is a long ass haul. I mean, it's not like, oh, I'm depressed for a week and I feel better. It is you are in the trenches of fighting, battling. It's very difficult. But anyway, I want to thank everyone, because I feel like those vibes and those prayers have really helped him. I've definitely noticed a change in his whole demeanor the past month or two, and he's definitely getting better. He's not on meds. He's getting therapy every week, but he is getting better. Okay, so now that my eye makeup is practically ruined here from crying, let's do some other talking and not talk about such kind of depressing topics. What is going on at my house here? Well, I'm here with my son alone right now, because my husband, oh God, look what I did. What did I do? Let me get clean up here. I'm gonna get a little Q-tip and some makeup remover, Neutrogena, and clean up this eye area a little bit that I got carried away with when I was talking. My husband is actually in Hawaii right now, vacationing with my older son, and they are having a blast. So I am so happy that they are having such a good time in Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii. I've always wanted to kind of go to Hawaii, but the flight there always kind of freaked me out. I just don't think I could do the flight. It's about a 7-hour flight. Is it 7 hours? Yeah, I think he said he got a direct flight from Denver into Maui. And I just don't think with fibro, I honestly don't know if I could handle a 7-hour flight. Number one, I have like severe anxiety of flying. It's just tough. I just do. Okay, I am now going to try to bronze up this area. I'm going to take a mixture of Firecracker with just a touch of Funny Girl and put that all over my lid. I have a real hard time flying. I get really stressed out. Every little bump bothers me. I'm claustrophobic. So to be locked on a plane, having kind of pain, because I'll probably be dealing with pain because I always have issues when I sit too long. I just have a hard time traveling right now, unless I can get out of the car and just kind of move around. I'm just happy that they're having a good time. So it's great. It's a good thing. So my husband's in Hawaii right now. He's in the palm trees, snorkeling with my son. They're having a great time. And I'm home, pretty much taking care of my dogs here in Boulder. We are having some amazing weather. When I'm filming this video, we were supposed to have some snow again, but it looks like it's going to be almost 80 degrees. I just think we've had an unusually mild winter. So I kind of mixed those two together, put that all over the lid. I'm going to take a little mixture of these two right here. I don't like Charmer all by itself because it's very white for my kind of olive complexion. And I'm going to put that under the brow bone. That's kind of what's been happening here. Taking care of my 3 dogs, and we're planting. my son and I have been planting. It's so exciting. I've always wanted to have like a garden of fruits and things like that. And an apple tree, I've always wanted to have some type of fruit tree. And in Florida, there like everything gets bugs in it there. It's just disgusting. Everything I've ever planted there was infested with bugs after a while. So I'm hoping Colorado is better, where I don't have to kind of spray pesticides on things and I can actually grow fruit. I can curl my eyelashes. So what we picked up is, and if you follow me on my Instagram, you probably already know this. We picked up a Honeycrisp apple tree, which I am so excited about. It looks really healthy. Okay, for my tight line, I'm going to use this Maybelline Unstoppable. If anyone has a little baldness in their lashes like I do, you really want to tight line your eyes. It really makes a huge difference. It kind of can camouflage any bald spots. The length of my lashes has been great with my black castor oil. They've really been growing, but I still have bald spots. It just hasn't made them really thick. Anybody that has normal lashes probably would have maybe thickening, but for some reason my lashes have areas of bald spots that they don't want to grow in. We planted 3 golden raspberry bushes. We planted a heritage red raspberry bush, and we've got blackberry bushes, but they're not planted yet. They're actually in pots, and I'm kind of waiting till mid-May just to make sure we don't have any frost that might sneak up on us. I don't want it to kill the plants. So right now we bring them in at night and put them out in the daytime. But I am so excited to actually have fruit in my yard. This is so exciting to me. If you've seen my other videos, you know my ride or die eyelash mascara is by Cherry Blooms because it's a fiber mascara. And anyone that has very thin lashes like I do, fiber mascara really makes a huge difference. I ordered this 100% pure mascara, and it's a fruit pigmented mascara. It's supposed to be ultra lengthening, and it's 100% natural, 100% vegan. I thought this might have maracuja oil in it, and I'm not sure. I love the packaging of it. It's very pretty, very sleek. It has like these little vine flowers all around it. I like the looks of it. I did try it already, and I'll be honest with you, it is a little messy. Let's put it this way. I'm going to use it today, but it has not replaced my Cherry Blooms. It's very wet and very messy, and I'm not going to talk during this because it will be all over my lid. Let's hope for the best, and hopefully this doesn't get all over my eye and smear. See what I mean? Look at that. Not one of my favorite purchases. I really like the concept. I like the idea, the thought behind it, but there's no way I could do this every time I do my mascara. It bleeds all over the place. Plus, it doesn't give me, I'm trying to clean this up right now with makeup remover. It doesn't give me the thickness and the lengthening that my Cherry Blooms mascara does. So I'm going to try to go over this and just dab over my eyeshadow that I've had to take off because of this. But I've seen other people review this mascara, and I'm not alone in my problem with it smearing. So if they can get that fixed, it'd be great. That's the one product I would not repurchase from them because I cannot deal with my eyeshadow smearing every time I put it on. My one eye is done. I'm already at 25 minutes. I'm going to turn this off, do my other eye, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I did both eyes. This eye always looks a little bit bigger than this eye because this eye has very few lashes. This one has more lashes, so it makes this one look bigger, but I got both eyes done. This eye smeared with a mascara, just like this eye did. Mascara is not my favorite. Okay, on to the foundation before I run into too much time here. I'm going to try this Dream Cushion, and I'm going to use a little bit more color correcting. I'm going to use my Smashbox color correcting pencils, the orange around my eye, and then the green. I have a red nose today, around the redness on my nose. And then let me push this in. Other thing that I wanted to say is people that are dealing with someone in their house that has a mental issue, it's always kind of tough to tell other people that. You always feel, I don't know, it's different than just saying, oh, my son has diabetes or something like that. And I wish it was as easy as just saying my son has diabetes or my son has, you know, some other disease. For some reason, mental illness is still a difficult thing to discuss with other people. Like, it was so hard going out in the world and trying to pretend to be normal and have a normal family when I didn't. And I'm not that everybody has a normal family, but I don't think everybody has a child telling you every day they want to kill themselves either. So it was a tough year. Okay, I'm going to try this Dream Cushion. I would go out in the world and say to myself, do other people live like I live? Or am I the only one living under this giant cloud? I'm going to do the dabbing first, and then I'm going to take a wet little cheap brush. I like it wet. I don't like it dry. I feel it almost acts like a beauty blender if it's wet. Now this foundation is golden. I'm using the shade, what shade are you? You are shade 45, I guess. It says it's beige, medium beige, but this is you can see how yellow that is, very golden. So I don't think this would work for somebody that had a lot of pink in their skin. But it's a really nice foundation. I think it's really pretty. I think it looks good on my mature skin. If I put it down with this little pad that's included with it, it really puts down a lot of product and a little bit more than I really want, but I really need to cover up some of this redness on my face. I've been using a lot of hyaluronic acid on my face, and it's, I think, done a really nice job with fine lines, but if you use too much of it, at least in Colorado, it dries my skin out. If I was in Florida, the humidity there would kind of help counteract the drying out effect, but here, it's already dry, and then you dry your skin out, your skin gets really dry. But this blends really nicely. I really like this foundation. Okay, so you can see kind of what it looks like on my skin. And then for concealer, I'm not going to use my Tarte Shape Tape today, which I always use. I'm going to use these two concealers that I got from Maybelline. They're the Maybelline Dream Illuminating Correctors. And I have a very light one that I'm going to put kind of on first, and then I'm going to put a slightly darker one on. The one thing I did want this is a little drier to me than my Tarte Shape Tape. Sometimes I almost feel the need to put a little moisturizer on after I use this, but here we go. It's good at concealing. I like it. It's not as pasty as my Tarte Shape Tape either. Sometimes that Tarte Shape Tape gets very pasty consistency on my skin. So I'm going to use this little tiny brush and wet it. I'm not sure when this video is going up, but I'm also going to be testing out I'm sure everybody's already seen it on the internet. I mean, how many people have this machine that have been talking about it? But I'm going to be showing you kind of my results with it. I received the Myotone machine, and I'm going to use it on kind of this area. I would probably say the area that bugs me, well, every area on my face bugs me, but I'm going to use it literally all over my face. But the area that kind of I really would like to see if it can do anything on is a little bit of the sag that I have, right? You can see right here around my jawline. I'd kind of like to have that up. Give me a facelift. No, just kidding. Just kind of have that pushed up a little bit, this area. So we shall see if the Myotone does that. So I'll be testing that out. But anyway, that's the concealer on. Now I'm going to put on a little bit of the bronzer I got from 100% Pure. This is called the Cocoa Glow, and I love these little tins that they come in. They're so cute, but you have to be real careful because if you drop these, they're very fragile and they will break. But this is what the Cocoa Bronzer looks like. Really, really pretty. There is no kind of glow to these, so you have to kind of add your own shimmer or glow. It's kind of more of a flat matte, and a little goes a long way. I am going to try to use this sparingly first on my face, but we're going to try to get that sun-kissed look. So I'm going to take a little bit of this. You always want to start back here with either a contour or kind of your bronzer, because if you overdo it, you can blend it out. But if you start here and you put too much on, it's a mess. So that has been what's been going on in my life. So what's been going on in everybody else's life? I wish this was a two-way talking thing. How's everybody else doing? Hopefully everybody else is doing okay. Hopefully everybody else is healthy, because that's the only thing that matters in the big picture of things. You know, if I had my health, that would just make my life totally complete. Because I think when you have your health, you can do anything. Without your health, it's really tough to do things. Boy, a little goes a long way. I hardly have any of this stuff on my brush, and you can see how much it's already laid down on my skin. I'm not putting any more on, that's plenty. And then, oh, I forgot to set my under eye area. Let me do that with, let me set my under eye area with my e.l.f. HD powder. I didn't get the foundation from 100% Pure because some of it didn't get good reviews, and I just didn't want to get something that already had crappy reviews. But their bronzer had great reviews, and their blushes have great reviews. I already tested out their blush. I love their blushes. Their blushes are so nice. And then for just to give my cheeks a little bit of color, I'm going to use a blush that I got from them, and this one is called Healthy. The last blush I tested out was Berry. This one is called Healthy. And I'm just going to get a little brush and just put that on just on my cheeks. These are really nice. Again, they're more matte. You're not going to get any kind of satin look with these, but you can always add a highlighter, and some people just like their face more matte anyway. I think that's enough for now. The other thing I wouldn't mind trying from them is their face powder. Right now I always use my IT Cosmetics CC Airbrush Perfecting Powder, but I wouldn't mind trying out one of their facial powders. I'm going to try to blend that all in. There we go. And I'm going to kind of get that glow on using their highlighter. And their highlighter comes like this. I decided to get the liquid highlighter. With my mature skin, I have found that liquid highlighters work better for me than powder ones. So see how pretty that is? I think this comes in several shades. I got the one that was Starlight because it was supposed to be more of a champagne shade. But look how pretty that is. See, you get your glow on. With that, it's super natural looking. I love liquid highlighters. They're so pretty on mature skin. They don't show texture as much, I don't think, the way powders do. Put a little bit on my nose even, just like all the young girls do. It cracks me up when I see how much highlight some of these younger girls put on. The glow is everywhere. They put it above their lip. They put it here. I mean, I don't know. I don't like that much glow. Now the hard part. I am going to attempt, it may not work, to use, gosh, I'm sorry this video is going so long, guys, their eye fiber brow. Now, I don't have any brows, so it's kind of going to be impossible for me to make an entire brow without my fiber brows from Cherry Blooms, but I'm going to attempt to do it with their little 100% Pure's little fiber brow. I'm going to have to speed this up because this is going to take me some time. Okay, I was able to do it, but I definitely needed the assistance of my Kiss Professional's TopBrow because I had to have kind of an outline before I was able to use that little fiber brow from 100% Pure. I still need a pencil to draw kind of the outline in order to color it in, but it did work. I was really surprised that I was able to use this product on brows that have no hair. Let me do my other brow and I will be right back. All right, I did both brows. It's not my favorite brow product, but that's because I don't have eyebrows and it's a lot of work. I much prefer using my Cherry Blooms with my stencil, but this does give a fairly natural looking brow. And it's a little darker also than I also like, but it worked fine. If I had eyebrows, I'd love it probably. And I'm just gonna take a very dry, this has not much powder on it. I just put a little bit of Laura Mercier's. This is which one is this one? I think this is the translucent powder. Translucent powder, yes. And I'm just gonna put that in my T-zone area just to kind of get a little bit of that shine out. And then to top everything off, my lippy is going to be Peyote from Urban Decay's Vice collection. I love this lipstick. I ordered another one because I knew that I'm going to use this lipstick up very quickly. I use this almost every day, either by itself or as a topper. This is the final look. You can see I have kind of bronzy, glistening eyes. I have kind of the glow on my cheeks, and I have kind of glow on my lips. So this would be what I would consider the more of a bronzy glow. And if you wanted to bronze it up a little bit more, all you would have to do would be take the pure bronzer and just go over your face, go over my nose a little bit to make it look like the sun hit it. And you can see how that just bronzes up. Is that a word? Bronzes up? Bronzes up my face. There we go. There's the glow. What do you think? You like it? Too shiny for you? I kind of like it. I love this lipstick. Love, love, love. That's it for today, guys. Take care. Bye-bye from Marla.